Let me tell you something strange. India is building solar plant faster than ever. So why we still heavily dependent on coal? The answer is not generation, it's storage. And this single problem decide whether our clean energy target is going to be realistic or just good on paper. In this dual facet video, I am not going to sell any solution. I just want to show you. First, why storing electricity is so difficult. Second, why batteries alone won't save us. And third, why India feels this problem much more than most of other countries.
Humans are actually very good at generating electricity by coal plant, hydro dams, nuclear plant, and there are various type of energy, for example solar panels and wind turbines. Most of them follow the same basic idea. You spin something like a turbine spin, then electricity comes out. Solar made this even simpler. How does it work? Make it simple. Sunlight hitting a panel, electrons moves. Because of movement of electron, power flows. Plant is built, our generation becomes predictable. And that's why India has been able to add huge amount of electricity capacity in a short time. In fact, generation is mostly an engineering and money problem, but storage is not.
Let's talk about India for a moment. India has built massive solar parks in Rajasthan, Karnataka and Gujarat. On a brighter afternoon, some states generate more electricity than they can use. That sound like success. But fast forward to the evening, the sunset. Solar output drops to zero as AC turn on, light turn on in the evening and demand just shoot up. And suddenly the coal plants are back online on the same day and the same grid. So the obvious question rises here that why we cannot able to store whatever the electricity we generated at afternoon and to store at evening, and this question is the heart of that problem.
Has the part that surprised most of the people. Electricity is not a water. It's not like a fuel. It's not like something you can store in a container. Electricity exists only when it's moving. The moment it stops moving, it doesn't mean sit there quietly. So when we say store electricity, that time actually we are lying little. And what we really mean is convert electricity into another form of energy and store that energy, convert it back into electricity later. This is not a technology problem, it's physics problem. And as we know, physics is very strict.
Now let's talk about batteries. They are incredible. They power our phones, our laptops and electric cars. They store electricity as chemical energy and give it back when we need it. But grid scale storage is a completely different game. Here's why batteries struggles. First, scaling problem. Charging your phones is easy part, but giving the energy to the whole city for an hour is not. Second, degradation means after the charge, battery degraded and damages its strength. Third, their material availability. Lithium, cobalt, nickel, they are very limited element and very expensive too. In India, most large battery can store and produce the electricity for a city just for the 1 to 4 hours. So we can say that battery can help us, but it cannot solve our whole problem.
The engineers looked elsewhere and found the most successful solution, which is something very simple: water. This method is called pumped hydro storage. When electricity is extra, use it to pump water uphill, and when the electricity is needed, let the water flow down, spin turbine and generate electricity. India already uses this system like Tehri in Uttarakhand, Kohina in Maharashtra. Those systems are stable and reliable. But there is a catch. You need specific geography, water availability, large lands and long construction. We can say that it is for some specific place only.
Here's another detail most people ignore. The electricity grid must stay balanced every second. Supply must equal demand. If anyone suddenly increases or suddenly decreases, the grid become unstable. Coal and gas plant can control this, but wind and solar cannot. Because sun don't care about your demands and wind does not care about your schedule. So we can say that without storage, the grid management is become extremely difficult. That's why we can say that storage, the electricity storage, is not optional, it's essential.
So, here's the honest takeaway that the future of India's energy system will not be decided by how many solar panels we install, but by how intelligently we solve India's electricity storage problem. That is one of the toughest engineering challenges of our time. And thank you for watching till the end. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe Fuel Facet to watch more such contents.